Hello everybody, it's vanburman here, and it's that time again where we get transfer rumours coming in left, right and centre. And today there's been a lot of news that Barcelona are willing to sell Fabregas, which is both a blessing and a curse for me being an Arsenal fan. And I was going to come on here to show you some of his FIFA skills and basically do a similar sort of thing I did when Kim Kallstrom joined. But I'm not really sure there's even that much point in going through his stats. Any Arsenal fan already knows what Fabregas is all about, as he's produced it time and time again at the club. And a lot of people will say that we don't need another creative midfielder. We've got Cazorla, Ozil, Ramsey, even Rosicky to an extent. But I'd like to make the point that there is always a need for a competition of places. I mean, at one point in the season, when it was most critical, we had Aaron Ramsey and Ozil out, and that made such a big difference to the squad, missing those players. I mean, yes, it is also key that, you know, we get a winger and we get Theo back and fit and firing, but to have a player of Cess's quality back, and actually a pretty good price. I mean, from what I believe, we'd be getting him back for around the same price that we sold him for. So it'd be almost like he hadn't left, apart from he's obviously missed those years. Do I think it will happen? I'm not entirely sure. I think it will if another Premier League club comes in for him. I think if someone else makes a bid, like Chelsea or Manchester United, then I think that Wenger will come in and buy him. I honestly don't believe he'll let any other Premiership team have Cess at all. But, you know, that's just my opinion on that. So yeah, I'd like to see him come back, and I think he can always add something to the team. Because even if you want to play him, you know, you can always play other people in different positions. I mean, you can always play Ozil on one of the flanks. Yeah, okay, he's not as effective, but you can play him there. You can play Santi Cazorla on the left, which he's more than adequate enough to do. He does a more than adequate enough job there. So yeah, you can always create space, and I think Jack or Ramsey could easily slot in a more holding role if need be. And the great thing about Fabregas is, because, well, you can tell from his days when he was here, because he's got that hunger and desire to play for the club, you know he's going to be willing to play anywhere to help it out. And it does mean that you get stuck in. I mean, a lot like when we see Jack Wilshere play. I feel, for me, he represents me on the pitch with just the fire and determination. That's a rubbish shot. The fire and determination that he shows when he's out there, and Cesc Fabregas shows a similar thing. And I think if you want to be a really successful club, you've got to have players like that. And to have Cesc Fabregas back, I think you'd have to be a fool to not want him back, quite frankly. And I'd love to see him back in the Arsenal shirt. I don't know if he'll be wearing number 4 again, but it'd just be great to see him back in there. So that's what I wanted to say. In terms of his abilities and what we're looking for, yes, he's not what we're looking for. I've gone over that. He's not a fast midfielder. He is a creative midfielder, but him and Ramsey would play quite well together. And, you know, actually, I mean, if it came down to it, a choice of Ozil or Fabregas, I'd rather have Fabregas, which a lot of you are going to be upset about, but it is something that I thought about for quite a while. Ozil is brilliant when he gets on the ball, so is Fabregas as well, but I think because Fabregas has that bit more desire than Ozil, it makes it a bit of a no-brainer. Obviously, I don't think we're going to get that problem because Ozil only joined last year, so chances of him not being there next season are very low. So I look forward to hearing what you have to say on that one. Probably going to slate me horribly for wanting Cesc Fabregas back. But also, I should also make out I don't think he should be captain if he does come back. I would like to see him without that pressure of leading the squad. So, but anyway, that's just my point. And I also do agree we need a striker, a winger, and a right back. As I mentioned in my other video anyway. But thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it will come. I would really do want him to come back. Goodbye, everybody.